Good evening and welcome. By the end of this weekend, the teams that will play in the conference championship games will have been decided. In a little while, we'll take a look at today's game between the New York Giants and Los Angeles Rams. And we'll also have highlights of the Pittsburgh Steelers match against the Denver Broncos. But first, in case you missed them in our earlier program, here's a brief look at the two divisional playoff games that took place yesterday. This was billed as a match between two teams who were fortunate to be in the playoffs at all. But they served up one of the best matches we've seen all season.
And this one is complete. Andre Reed, he breaks it. Touchdown, Buffalo. No flags. Tillman in motion, stays in the block. Kosar going deep, has a man open. It's caught, it's Webster slaughtered. Kelly to throw. Pump fake, rolls out, has lots of time, goes deep, has a man open at the 5. It's Lofton walking in. Kosar held on by Ron Middleton. 3rd and 8. All alone is Slaughter at the 15. Touchdown. Thurman Thomas, touchdown. Metcalf is the deep back with Keith Jones and Oliphant up on the wing. Metcalf at the 10. To the 20. 30. 40. 90 yards. Thurman Thomas back in. Kelly throws. Thurman Thomas has it into the end zone for the touchdown.
The abysmal field conditions had caused problems all day, and they loomed large again as they caught Scott Norwood out as he went for the extra point. It meant the Bills had to score a touchdown. A field goal wasn't enough.
There's one as a man open, incomplete.
Ronnie Harmon will make a difficult catch, and then he'll drop an easy one. It's been his history. He just dropped a game-winning touchdown.
But it wasn't all that easy a catch.
Not an easy catch, but in this situation, the great player makes the big play. Harmon did not make it in that situation.
3rd down. Thurman Thomas is off on the right wing. It is intercepted at the 1. Clay Matthews.
So shattered emotions in the Bills dressing room. While for Cleveland, they're just one game shy of the Super Bowl. In the NFC Division playoff between the Vikings and 49ers at Candlestick Park in San Francisco, the 49ers gave a new meaning to home field advantage.
Montana, 5-step drop over the middle, caught, watch out. The race is on, it's Jerry Rice. One man to beat. That looks like the catch. Brent Jones, and it looked for all the world like Joe Montana to Dwight Clark in 1982. Rice starts in motion. Montana rolls right. Touchdown! John Taylor. And again, no pressure. Touchdown, Rice. Here's Kramer. Intercepted. Ronnie Lott. Touchdown. Shoot up for it. Roger Craig, touchdown.
So in the AFC, the Cleveland Browns await the outcome of the Steelers-Broncos match, and in the NFC, the 49ers will play the winners of the game we're about to see between the New York Giants and Los Angeles Rams. Earlier in the year, the Rams dominated the Giants in Los Angeles, but everybody's expecting a close game today, something Coach Parcells was obviously thinking about when late last night he activated kicker Raul Alegre from the injured reserve list. Some other keys to this match include home field advantage and the ability with which Rams quarterback Jim Everett and his offensive line deal with the awesome linebackers of the New York Giants, who are led by Lawrence Taylor. One thing's for certain, both these teams know what's at stake as we go to the Meadowlands for this winner-takes-all matchup, where we join our match commentators John Madden and Pat Summerall.
The Giants will receive the opening kickoff. Mike Lansford. Boy, don't you know he is very happy about today being as warm and as pleasant as it is, because he kicks barefooted. He didn't always do that. He just sort of discovered it. Meggett and Ingram back deep for the Giants, and we're about set to go. The winner will play the 49ers next week. Good kick. It is going to be Meggett at the goal line. Out of the pack is Meggett. Hit by James Washington. Phil Simms will direct the Giant offense. You heard in the postgame, the pregame show, about the physical problems that he's had throughout the year. Nevertheless, it's been a good year for Phil. In front of him will be Elliott, Roberts, Oates, Moore, Riesenberg, and Zeke Moat as the tight end. Anderson and Carthon open as the runners, with Baker and Manuel wide, and Mark Ingram and Stacy Robinson when they use 4 wideouts. Simms on first down at the 25. Fake to Anderson, and Simms with good protection goes right to work to Baker. Past midfield into Ram territory. 27-yard gain, stopped by Vince Newsom. The Ram defense, they open with 3 up front. Miller right in the middle, and Mike Peel. Green, Kelm, Strickland, and Wiltshire, the linebackers. And the secondary, Gray, Leroy Irvin, the cornerbacks, Newsom and Stewart, the safeties. And then they go with that unusual package they used so well last week against Philadelphia with 5 linebackers and 6 defensive backs. Sims to Anderson. First down. Stopped by Newsom. 13 yards.
These first 2 plays, Pats, are exactly what the Giants wanted to do. Get this Ram defense off balance. On first down, they come out, boom, they throw one. Now they come in, they put 2 tight ends in there. Spread that Ram defense out, and then whap, hit Otis Anderson up the middle.
Well, Bill Parcells was saying to us yesterday that 2 weeks off, the extra rest really helped some of his players, including Otis Anderson. Anderson again gets the call. Almost another first down, if not a gain of 9.
Boy, they have found something over there in that right side. Maurice Carthon was the lead back. He's a fullback for the Giants. He went through the lead, and there was no one to block out there. Watch 44. That hole is so big, there was no one in it for Carthon to block, so he had to turn back to the inside.
Second and short. Anderson is the lone setback. Manuel comes in motion. Seems to work. Up the middle to Anderson. Another Giant first down to the Ram 20. Gain of 6. Stopped by Fred Strickland.
Yeah, that's when you love to call plays, that second and short. You know, if I could just call those, I'd still be coaching, because you can do anything, and it's really a good time to go to the passing game. I think Simms was looking deep. He was looking for the touchdown strike. You see him look to the left, and then he came back to O.J. Anderson as an outlet. That's really the time to go to the score.
That's one of the things that Simms does so well. Whatever you give him, he takes. Anderson again. Tripped up by Larry Kelm. But another 5-yard chunk.
You know, John Robinson said the first battle they had to win was his defensive line, which is Alvin Wright at nose tackle, Mike Peel at right end, and Sean Miller at left end. He said they had to win that battle the first thing in the game.
So far, they haven't won that battle. So far, the Giants have won it.
2nd and 5. Baker split wide to the left. Manuel in motion. Anderson behind the line this time by Alvin Wright. There's a guy who doesn't get a lot of notoriety, but who's a heck of a player. This guy does get some notoriety. Lawrence Taylor.
Well, and the Giants are going to have a big day from this guy. I mean, they need a pass rush. He's their best pass rusher, and they know they can't let Everett have time.
Out of the shotgun. Sims, 3rd and 7. Intended for Meggett. Incomplete. O.J. Anderson on the previous play aggravated something. It looks like one of his ankles, or perhaps a knee. Just activated yesterday. Raul Alegre asked Bill Parcells why he made that move. He said, this guy has been under pressure, and I just feel more comfortable with him. 35-yard field goal attempt. Hostetler is the holder. Giants score first. 35-yard field goal with plenty of distance from Alegre. And they lead 3-0 with 10:27 left in the first quarter.
On their first drive, the Rams drove deep into Giants territory before disaster struck.
This is where the Giants' defense is the best, the closer you get to the goal line.
Without, Taylor knocks the ball loose, and the Giants come on top of it. Taylor came from the left side.
That was the first time he lined up on that left side. They're going to move him back and forth. Here's Taylor right here, 56. He's working against the tight end, Damone Johnson. That is no match. And I'll tell you, when Taylor gets there, he is not only going to go for the quarterback, but he's always going for the ball.
Reasons made the recovery. Taylor locked it loose. 1st and 10 Giants at their own 10. Anderson. 11 yards. Newsom and Stewart had to make the tackle. Anderson got 11. Excuse me, John.
No, the key here is being able to handle the nose tackle. Now watch, here's the nose tackle. Bart Oates does a good job. Bring the guard down, just chip him enough, and that lets you get through here. Because if you can't handle that big nose tackle in the middle, you see him right there, they knock him off, now that gives them the hole. But if you can't handle him, you can't run. The Giants are handling him.
Anderson, 5 carries, 35 yards, more than that. Leroy Irvin made the tackle. Anderson got 7. Larry Kennard.
You ever notice, Pat, how on the sidelines they're always working on guys in their shoulder pads and knee pads and hip pads and always kind of putting stuff back together? When you're out there on defense, stuff starts going where it doesn't belong. Then you go over between plays and you get it put back where it belongs.
If you can find where it belongs. Anderson again. Tackle, 10 yards. He found some youth somewhere.
He is an amazing guy. You know, a couple of years ago he was done. They thought he couldn't play anymore. And they thought he would just be a backup guy. Then he thought, well, he'll be a starter, but we can't use him a lot. We have to keep him fresh. Now at the end of the season, here we are in January, and O.J. Anderson's a workhorse.
He's one of those guys, as has been described to us, as one of those runners who can make good cuts in the hole. 1st and 10. Sims directed at Manuel, but far short.
And again, that was that Rams zone defense, and Sims just couldn't get the ball in the lane.
4:27 left first quarter. Giants 3, Rams nothing.
I'll tell you one thing about this game. You look at those coaches down there in the sideline and those players down there in the sideline. Both sides said that this is going to be a black and blue game. Everett was saying, I expect to get jacked up in this one, and I'm ready for it.
Sims to throw it. Again in the direction of Manuel, incomplete.
Now the first one, Sims had a problem with his own defense. That one, it looked like the ball just sailed on him. Looked like he, went to grip that ball and boom, it just took off on him.
We did this game when Sims had a statistically hot day against the Rams out in Anaheim. That was the game that they had to throw every down in the second half.
Yeah, and that's not Giants football, and that's the thing that they hope they don't have to do is they say they want to play a complete game, play all their parts.
No flag. Make it. To the Ram 44. Meggett brought down by Irvin and Jackson.
Yeah, it's just amazing. They just can't cover this guy, Pat. It's third down. The Giants have a formation they call scat. Watch 30 Meggett. He can go any place he wants to. He just goes through, finds a little hole. There's no one on him. He picks up a block there, makes a big play for a first down. The Rams were saying yesterday that they would like to make, in fact, John Robinson was saying, they would like to make Meggett a non-factor in this game. He better get back on the sideline or he's going to make himself a factor.
Sims back to throw. Got a man, Baker. Incomplete. Just overthrew it.
The Rams ended a 4-game losing streak when they upset the Giants back in Week 10 this season. Aaron Cox's touchdown reception from Jim Everett helped them to a 31-10 victory.
They're at the Ram 45. The handoff is to Anderson. He hammers to the 40. Another gain of 5. Strickland made the tackle. Raul Allegre.
There's a guy that has a lonely feeling. He's been not active. He's been on injured reserve. And being on injured reserve, you can't even practice with the team. So for the last month and a half, he not only hasn't really been part of the team we're playing, but even during practice, he can't be out there with them.
Brings up 3rd and 5. 4 wide receivers. Sims has to come out of there, and he will get a Giant first down and more. Jerry Gray stopped the quarterback.
I'll tell you who made a great block out there was number 81, Stacy Robinson. That's the thing. You're going to go out, and you're going to try and get open. If you don't get open, you see your quarterback run, help him. The protection breaks down. Sims sees a hole. Now watch right there, 81, Stacy Robinson. He gets that block there that lets Sims get a few more yards.
So it's first down, Giants at the Ram 27. Meggett is the lone setback. He can throw it. For Odessa Turner. Incomplete. Jerry Gray, not fooled.
I saw them practicing this play the other day. They were practicing with O.J. Anderson, and his shoulders are beaten down so much he couldn't throw the ball. But Dave Meggett was a quarterback in high school, and he could throw the ball. So that was going to be one of the Giants' surprise plays for the day. They just used it. It didn't fool the Rams at all.
Brings up a 2nd and 10 at the Ram 27. Eric Howard, Giant nose tackle over on the sideline, talking with Lamar Leachman. Anderson skips and made one of those cuts in the hole like we were talking about.
Jay Anderson said that anything that he gets is a bonus this year, not only in salary, but playing time. He was talking the other day how it was amazing. A couple of years ago, he was standing on the sideline talking to Maurice Carthon, and he was watching Joe Morris run out there, and he was saying, you know, he said, I used to do that at one time. He said, I'll never do it again, but I used to. And lo and behold,
whatever he's doing is effective. Third down. Sims flushed for a moment. Pass incomplete for Stacy Robinson. Strickland put the heat on Sims. This might, as the leg break comes on, this might stretch his capacity just a little bit.
Well, I think one thing, if there is any wind, he's going with the wind. And I'm sure that Bill Parcells thinks if he can't get it from here, I shouldn't have activated him anyway.
Yeah, he's in range now, just over 41 yards.
Where Bjorn Nittmo is.
Line shot is good with plenty left. He didn't hit that one just like he wanted to, but nevertheless, it's 6-0.
Welcome back. Most of the second quarter was dominated by the Giants' defense, with Lawrence Taylor leading the way. We rejoin the action late in the quarter. The Rams have possession at midfield.
Bell to about the 46, tripped up by Leonard Marshall.
This is one of these things where both teams are going after each other. And the thing that impresses me, again, I go back to fundamentals, to good, crisp tackling, that type of thing. You don't see guys running up and down the field all day, no one tackling them, waving them by. These teams got here because they're both fundamental. They both tackle well.
Second down. They're saying catch. Terry Williams pushed him out of bounds.
Lewis says, you got to be kidding. I think what Jerry Bergman, the official down there, was saying is that he was knocked out of bounds. You see, Everett was trying to go to the outside to Bell. Taylor covered him. Now he's up in the air. He has control. Now what they're saying, if you're in the air and you're hit or tackled out of bounds, then it's where you would have been if you weren't knocked out. So this is what happened. Ellard catches a ball in the air. Now they're saying that he was knocked out of bounds. Now, but the question is, would he have come down with both feet in bounds anyway?
That was the ruling by Jerry Bergman. And it looks like it'll stand. First and 10 Rams at the Giant 36. Giants leading 6-0. Everett looked in the direction of Del Pino. Again, he was hurried and hit by Marshall and Taylor.
Yeah, he was hurried and he was knocked down. You see what's it? There's Marshall. He didn't want to throw the ball then. He couldn't step up. He couldn't get anything on it. That was an incomplete pass, not caused by the defense. It was an incomplete pass caused by these two guys putting the pressure on and making him throw it when he didn't want to.
Even if Lawrence Taylor doesn't get there, you've got to have him in the back of your mind.
You know, and he draws a lot of penalties, too.
That's Bell. Taken down by Marshall. 1-yard gain. And we'll get the 2-minute warning before they run another play. That's it.
The last time these two teams met at Giants Stadium was in Week 4 of the 1988 season. Jim Everett completed 5 touchdown passes as the Rams outlasted the Giants 45-31.
Third down. Everett to Ellard. Anderson cut in front of him and dropped it. Mark Collins was the nearest defender for the Giants.
Hey, this Giant defense has really thrown Everett out of sync. They've already hurried him 11 times. They've knocked him down 4 times, 2 sacks. But good coverage on one end, good hitting on the other end, good pressure. The Giants defense are really putting all the parts together here in the first half.
4th and 9. Hatcher in the punt. Make it back at about the 10. High kick. Meggett signals fair catch. At the 9. He juggled it momentarily, but came back up with it. 26-yard punt, but very effective by Hatcher. The Giants lead it. Bill Belichick, their defensive coordinator.
Giant defense is always solid under that guy.
Yep. This is Anderson on first down. Maybe a yard. Stopped by Kevin Green. A minute 32 left to play in the first half. Giant ball at their own 10, leading 6-0.
I think the Giants are thinking down here they've worked this hard in this first half to get a 6-0 lead that they don't want to do anything stupid. They don't want a turnover here. They don't want a big loss here. They don't want to give the Rams a chance to get a defensive score.
The Rams have gotten a reputation over the year of being a quick starting team. Here's Anderson again. They have not been shut out, in fact, in the first half of any game this year.
The Rams are taking a timeout now. I'm surprised they didn't take a timeout on the play before. But I think they have to take the timeouts now and then try and get another strike at him before they go in the house.
Sims hands off to Meggett. He's close to a Giant first down. Now they want a timeout. Stewart stopped Meggett.
Well, that's a chess game. If the Rams could have held him there, then they could have forced the Giants to punt and try and get another strike. Now the Giants get a first down. They figure their field position is better now, being on the 20. So if they take a timeout, they must want to take another strike at it. I'd watch out for Meggett, wouldn't you?
Here he comes out of the backfield. Meggett's got some blockers. And he goes out of bounds. Another first down. Irvin. A pickup at 15.
This is the first time that I ever remember the Giants having a player like Dave Meggett. You go back a lot longer than me. I don't know if you can remember a guy that, you know, out of the backfield, kick returner, punt returner. If there's anything that helped this team this year, I think you have to say this guy helped it the most.
This is an element that I can't remember, along with you, that they've ever had.
I'm sure that no one else can remember one.
Here's Sims with time. Picked off by Stewart. And Stewart is out of bounds. Taken down by Meggett. Jerry Gray deflected the pass. Stewart picked it off.
Well, I said with a 6-0 lead, they couldn't afford to do anything stupid with this field position, and they just did something stupid because now the Rams are in position that they can get a score. They played the whole first half. They had them under control. Then they let them back in with 24 seconds.
Rams have 2 timeouts left. Giants 1, 24 seconds. 1st and 10 Rams at the Giant 20. They send Del Pino wide right. Anderson and Ellard to the left. Ellard in the slot. Now he goes in motion. Everett will have time. Anderson, touchdown.
If Flipper Anderson was just standing down there, he just ran a pattern and he stopped right in front of the goalpost where the goal line. Jim Everett saw it and zipped it to him.
The key to that one was that protection.
I think great protection. And then the strong arm of Everett. Watch, Flipper Anderson was really like his third wide receiver, his third receiver. He looked to the left, looked to the middle, then finally came back to Flipper Anderson.
6-6. 7-6. The Rams have the lead.
So how quickly fortunes change. Despite dominating the game both offensively and defensively, the Giants go to the locker room down by 1. Whether it was Sims or Purcells that called that last play, I have to question the decision. They hadn't thrown to their wide receivers all half, so why start with 34 seconds remaining when you're on your own 35? That's not the percentage call. Defensively, Lawrence Taylor has done what the Eagles couldn't do last week. He's hurried Everett and sacked him twice. For the Giants to be successful, it's more of the same without bad calls. For the Rams, they must contain Taylor. Join me after this break to see which of these teams move one step closer to Super Bowl 24. Welcome back to New York and the NFC playoffs. As we get ready to start the second half, Phil Sims and the Giants find themselves trailing John Robinson's Rams by a score of 7-6. We pick up the action on the Giants' second possession of the half.
First down, Giants at their own 18. Anderson and Cardinal behind Sims. The handoff is to Anderson. Way for 4 yards. Mike Wilcher brought him down.
Hey, that's what two linebackers do when they get together. They just sit and spit. There's Taylor and Banks, two of the best players in the National Football League, two of the best linebackers. And if they are going to continue to stop this Ram team, these guys have to be a big part of it. Looks like Taylor has argued that he wants another way to rush.
2nd and 6. And off Anderson again. Evan Green tripped him up. 6-yard gain.
The Giant offense is having more success running inside than I thought they'd be able to, and I think you got to give credit to that inside group there, to Bart Oates, the center, and Roberts and Eric Moore, center and 2 guards, doing a good job in there of getting movement on that nose tackle and the linebacker.
Speaking of good guards, this is one that had a great career with the Rams. Dennis Harrah.
Yeah, he sure did. He was one of the first weightlifters of football players. In fact, his nickname was Hercules. They called him Herky, for short. But he was one of the first guys that had that big pumped up muscle look, and he was a heck of a player.
It's down West Virginia. Up here visiting the Rams. Here's Anderson. Again, he picks his way for good yardage. Stopped by Jerry Gray.
And again, they're able to work that middle. And here's the offensive lineman. You know, the Rams have always had great running backs. And maybe the reason they've had great running backs is that they've had great offensive linemen. Look at these guys who've been in the Pro Bowl. Or maybe because they've had great running backs, these guys have been great. Or maybe these guys have made the running back. You know what I'm saying?
3 of them still active.
Yeah.
About that much short. With 7 minutes exactly left, third quarter. Bill Parcells has made up his mind that we're going to run this thing.
I don't know. I always think that this short yardage situation is a great down. It's like a free down. It's a great down to go play pass and throw a deep one.
That's what Bill Sims is going to do. Couldn't get it out of there.
Of course, it didn't work. But says he was trying, though. He just, look, he's holding the ball too low. He gets it down there, and he never gets that thing up. I mean, that ball is just thrown too low. Mike Peel gets up and knocks it down, but when you're back in that pocket, I think you have to get it up higher than that. Either that or Mike Peel has to get more penetration on his pass rush.
Anderson has 16 carries for 90 yards. That's Maurice Cartwright. He runs for the first down. Picked up a yard. They needed a foot. Mel Owens, the bottom of the pile for the Rams.
Did you hear that collision, though, Pat? Watch when Carthon goes in there. Right here, I swear, it's like he ran into a wall. I mean, that was a collision. That was like a whap. And then, now what he did is watch him. He keeps his feet going, and makes that one last effort there that picks up the first down.
Giant ball just inside the 40. Their 40. Sims. For Lionel Manuel. Covered by Leroy Irvin about a yard too far.
He was doing a good job. Doug Riesenberg is doing a good job over there on Kevin Green. Phil Simms just isn't having one of his days. I tell you, you know, Riesenberg has drawn, of the Giant offensive linemen, has drawn the toughest job. And he's been doing a pretty good job here. But look where the Giants' running success has been. 12 times for 63 yards up the middle, 63 and 50 to their right side.
Now they go left with Anderson. Gets 3 or 4. Larry Kell, Fred Strickland. Two-ram defender, Lawrence Taylor. Deep in thought.
Well, he's deep in thought about what he's going to do the next time they get out there. Those defensive guys always love to see first down. And that means that they get a little extra breather. What a defensive guy hates is 3 and out.
3rd and about 6. Out of the spread. Incomplete. Flag on the play. Stacy Robinson was the intended receiver. The marker came flying from way deep behind the secondary. Against the Rams.
Holding, number 23, defense, 5 yards, automatic first down.
That's the thing. It's not the 5-yard penalty. It's on Michael Stewart, but it's an automatic first down. Now, Michael Stewart, it's going to be on the right-hand side of the screen here. See him, 23 right there. You saw him. He just grabbed Stacy Robinson as he made the turn. Again, it was 5 yards, but automatic first down.
And Sims will throw it on first down. To the Ram 40 and pick up 11, caught by Dave Megan.
I think this Dave Megan has to be some kind of MVP. That offensively, he's the biggest thing that the Giants have going, and they have to get the ball in his hands as much as they can.
He's caught 4 passes today for 52 yards.
He's not given much of a chance to kick return because every time the Rams punt, they're punting away from Megan.
First down, Giants at the Ram 40. They trail by a point. Sims has the ball deflected again. And he is upset with himself. Alvin Wright got the hands up that time.
Yeah, and that shouldn't happen. I mean, it's not like these guys are getting that close to him. I think the quarterback has to be able to find lanes. He not only has to be able to find receivers, but he has to be able to find passing lanes, because that's good pass protection. Bart Oates had Alvin Wright still on the line of scrimmage, and he just jumped up in the air. I think it's a quarterback's responsibility to find not only a receiver, but to find a passing lane between the Russian defensive linemen.
2nd and 10. Outside to Maurice Cartwright. Mel Owens there with him. A gain of 8. And they're getting close to Allegre's range.
Sims is having success with this type of thing. You know, hitting his tight end, hitting his backs. He's only completed 2 to the wide receivers. That's where he's having the problem. But see, being able to get guys underneath like Maurice Carthon, he's able to do that. And maybe that's the thing they should stick with.
That makes it 3rd and 2. At the Ram 32. but Moat has the ball regardless.
That was a heck of a pass and a heck of a catch, and I think the penalty is going to be on Michael Stewart again for holding. He was holding Moat before the ball got there. Watch him. Good down, play pass, good fake in there, throws out here. Now watch Stewart. He's on him and grabbing him and face masking him before he gets there.
The penalty is declined. First down.
They declined the penalty. Moat's catch, one-handed, makes it a first down.
That Stewart did just about everything illegal you could do before the goal got there. That's really fighting. See, here's where Sims has had his success. Look, 6 to 7 for the running back, 2 for 3 to the tight end. Not much to the wide receiver.
First and goal at the 9. Anderson to about the 3. Stopped by Strickland. A gain of 5.
You know, we always talk about the thing that O.J. Anderson does is get in the hole and move in the hole. Watch him here. Now he's in the hole. Watch, he makes that move right there. Plants a right foot, cuts, plants a left foot, and cuts back. That was a double cut in the hole. That's what makes O.J. Anderson special.
Second and goal.
There's Damian Johnson, 68, Pat, in the first time since he had back surgery.
Anderson again. Perhaps a yard before he's wrapped up by Mel Owens and Larry Kelm. Third down.
Well, now the Giants are bringing their receivers back in. One thing you know that if they're going to run the ball in, it's going to be O.J. Anderson. He's the only running back that scored a touchdown this year running.
O.J. now has 100 yards and 19 carries.
I think this is an area where Bill Parcells either has to decide to pass it on third down. If it's incomplete, kick a field goal. Or if you run, you have to say you're going to go for it on 4th too.
Third and goal at the 2. Anderson. Drive by Phil Sims. That's some strong running for O.J. Anderson. Maurice Carthon shaken up on the touchdown by Anderson.
Carthon made a big play on that drive on his pass reception. Plus the other big play, watch his lead block. Anytime O.J. Anderson makes a run, he's going to get a good block by Maurice Carthon. He did. That was a heck of a lead block. I tell you, the guy that knows it better than anyone else is 24. Watch it again. Watch the lead block. Here comes 44 right there. Look at that collision there against Kelm. He straightens him up, knocks him back, and that is the hole that let O.J. Anderson get through.
A minute 57 left in the third quarter. It's the Giants 13, the Rams 7.
The Rams have a distinct edge in the series between these two teams. Their win back in Week 10 gives them an 18-8 lead. However, the Giants won their only playoff meeting in 1984.
Welcome back. At the start of the fourth quarter, the Rams were able to move the ball to the Giants' 14, where Mike Lansford was called on to kick a 31-yard field goal.
And he hits this one. 13-10 now is the Giant lead, with 12 minutes and 51 seconds left to play.
On their next possession, John Robinson and the Rams were able to move the ball all the way to the Giants' 5-yard line, but was stopped. Mike Lansford again got the call.
This would tie it up with 3:05 left to play. And it's good. Tie score with 3 minutes, 1 second left. It's 13-13.
On the Giants' next possession, they were unable to move the ball.
So Landeta and the Giants will have to punt it. The Rams will get it. Right now, 54 seconds left. Out of bounds. Ellard and Irvin were back deep for the Rams. The ball goes out of bounds.
And remember, in playoffs, the overtime is true sudden death. You just keep playing until someone wins. There's no quarters or anything like that, or any more periods.
Everett gives it to Buford McGee. Lawrence Taylor on the stop. The clock's still running. Second down and about 4. Will have a first down for the Rams. 3 weeks in a row, the Rams have had to come back east, all the way across the country. New England, Philadelphia now here. 20 seconds left. Giving a draw play to Buford McGee. McGee headed out of bounds, gets the first down with 14 seconds left. Stops the clock. 14-yard pickup.
Man, that was a heck of a run by McGee. 1 to get through there, 2 to pick up the first down, and 3 to get out of bounds and stop the clock, because now the Rams are in a position that they can make a strike here. They can either strike for the end zone or they can strike for the sideline. But with no timeouts, they can't throw the ball inside.
They got their 3 wide receivers, the 3 speed guys to the right. Everett's going to take off with it. Gets a first down, but does not get out of bounds. That'll do it. 12-yard scramble, and we head to overtime. It'll be just like starting another game. They'll go out with another coin toss, and they play till somebody wins. Two-minute break between overtimes. 3-minute break now at the end of regulation time. 3 timeouts per half. And it's 15-minute periods. First score wins.
In today's other divisional playoff, the Broncos host the Steelers. When they played in Week 9, there was no hint they'd meet again in the postseason, as the Broncos won easily, 34-7.
I will repeat what you said. What I repeat is what we're going with. Okay? Up it goes. Hits, he says. Hits. We want the ball.
Rams won the toss. And you heard him say, Jackie Slater, we want the ball. Giant Stadium, 13-13. Pat Summerall with John Madden. In overtime, the Giants will kick off.
You know, you talk about the kickoff and, you know, who has the best chance and who has the, you know, whatever. I think that the Giants have to be in better shape here because they've had 2 weeks rest.
Right.
The Rams have had to play an extra game. They've had to travel 18,000 miles in the last 3 weeks. And if this isn't a tired team, I don't know what a tired team is.
It should be.
This is a tired team that's just getting up, just playing amazing under these conditions.
Brown and Del Pino deep for Allegre's kickoff. Del Pino at the 10. Greg Jackson wraps up Del Pino. The last overtime game we saw just a second ago was the first. I remember it well.
Well, you played in that. I was looking at that in 1958, and that had to be when you were playing.
Yes. Nobody knew what to do when the game was over. Never heard of overtime. We're wandering around Yankee Stadium.
Did anyone walk into the house?
I don't think so.
At least they had enough to stay out there. All these guys, they stay out there. They know this again. This is for the playoffs. The winner goes and plays San Francisco.
Here's Everett. Overhand. To the 35.
You know, talking about the winner playing San Francisco, John Robinson said after they lost to the 49ers, he said they were so down, he had to think of something positive. So he told his team, okay, look, 4 more games, and we get these guys again. And that's kind of been their motto, is if they win 4 more games, they get to play the 49ers. Now they're just an overtime away from it.
They have a first down at the 35. Here's Everett. Ellard. Incomplete. Lawrence Taylor around the corner, hit Everett just as he let it go.
Again, Everett gets rid of the ball so quickly that you can have a good pass rush, but the minute he gets down there, that ball's going. So the best thing you can do is make him throw it when he doesn't want to, and then hit him right after he throws it.
2nd and 10 at the 35. Overhand swings in motion. Taylor coming up the middle. Ellard takes the shot from Everett. Sheldon White made the stop, but another Ram first down.
You know what I mean? Everett back here, back. The minute that back foot hits, that ball's gone. As Ernie Zampese tells him, let it go. So he gets back there, and boom, he lets it go to Henry Ellard. The Rams, I think, are showing amazing will here. I mean, they have to be tired, but the condition that they're in to play like this for as long as they have, this is something.
Here comes a giant blitz. Everett going for Anderson, incomplete. Flag on the play. Sheldon White is going to be called for pass interference. Deep in Giant territory.
The whole season can be that play.
Pass interference, defense.
It's pass interference when a defender impedes a receiver, stopping him from making a catch.
Seven-yard penalty.
Pass interference, 39. First down.
First down, Rams.
Hey, that's what makes coaches old. Flipper Anderson going for the ball. Sheldon White going for the ball. I don't think Flipper Anderson would have caught this ball. I don't think that's interference. I think you have to let a guy cover a guy. You have to let a guy go for the ball. You can't make that kind of call in this kind of game.
First down, Rams. There at the 25. Bell hit right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Flag on the play.
Ball start, 78, before the snap. No play.
Jackie Slater, no play. They'll move it back to the 30.
Tell you, 14-year veterans like Jackie Slater usually don't make mistakes like that.
If they had to try a field goal now, it would be, what, 47 yards?
It would be 47 yards, and that's right at Lansford's range now. And in fact, John Robinson said he would feel more comfortable if he were inside of 40.
First and 15 for the Rams at the Giant 30. Everett going deep. Touchdown to Willie Anderson. And he doesn't even stop. He's headed for the locker room. The Rams win it. Anderson burned by Mark Collins. And this place got very quiet very quickly.
Flipper Anderson is from here. He's from New Jersey. I think he ran it up, caught that pass. He's going to go right home.
He never broke stride, just headed for the locker room. 19-13, and it will be the 49ers against the Rams.
Hey, and the Rams are one of the teams that have beaten the 49ers this year. The 49ers really I think they probably know each other as well as you can, but this Ram team matches up well.
Let's look at that touchdown play again. Everett to Anderson.
Again, they're getting the pressure up the middle. That leaves one-on-one coverage outside because the Giants were in a blitz. Flipper Anderson just runs right by Mark Collins. Mark Collins really had a heck of a game all day.
Anderson could take somebody with him.
Like I said, he's from South Jersey. He's going to go home. Run the up. Collins looks over. Flipper Anderson, the fastest receiver on this Ram team, runs by him and takes it to the house. Hey, with what these Rams had to do to get to this championship game, this was a great effort. This was a story of will.
Yeah, they'll face the 49ers next week at Candlestick.
There's a guy who hung in there, Jim Everett.
Well, it could scarcely have been tighter, but the Rams keep their Wild West show on the road with another display of heart attack football. The Giants dominated for long periods of the game, and Bill Parcells will be haunted by his call that led to the fatally intercepted New York pass. But that's history now, and so are the Giants, as the Rams celebrate tonight and look forward to San Francisco next week.
It was a great effort. It was a great job by Jim Effort. He's a great player. Our football team has a great heart and a great resilience. I think everything is against us on this whole thing, and you know, we're still alive. You know, before I take questions, you know, you look ahead to San Francisco, and they're the best football team of the decade. This may be the best team they've had. This may be one of the great teams of all time. We've been on the road for a month now. We're exhausted. They're well rested. They were phenomenal last week. We have to go to their place to play. They're almost unstoppable. We got them right where we want them.
I was very, very happy. You know, we get another chance at Frisco, and there was no need to stay on the field and celebrate and get things thrown at you. So I just ran straight to the locker room and celebrated in the locker room.
Talk us through the play.
Well, it was bump coverage. The corner came up to bump me, and I got off pretty clean. And I just ran a fade, and Jim laid it up there for the touchdown. That easy.
That was your second, but it seemed like the turning point of the game might have been your first.
The Giants were beating us up pretty good all half. You know, we were held scoreless until like the last 10, 15 seconds of the game. It was the same type of coverage, but the safety didn't get over the top, and Jim put a good ball in there. He shot in there pretty good.
I think it was one of the biggest turning points in the game, no doubt. It gave them momentum going into halftime, and it showed them that they could score against a good defense, and we felt like we were going to establish things pretty early by being physical and showing that we weren't going to get pushed around, especially our front seven, and I thought we did a good job at it. But yet we come up short.
You must feel today like you won everything except the game.
Kinda. Yeah, we kinda, but for the most part, we feel like, whenever a game hasn't come down to a decision on an official's call, it's just tough to live with. And, I just hope that I don't have to experience it again.
I'm just proud of my guys. They played their hearts out. They gave me everything I asked for all year. And, I'm very sorry that we had to lose this way, but we did, and I wish the Rams well, and I hope they can take it from here.
So unfortunately, a dubious pass interference call puts the Rams in position to win. That really is a tough way to go out of the playoffs for the Giants. But a frown from Parcells brought a smile from Robinson. So it's an excited Los Angeles Rams team that will now take on the San Francisco 49ers for the third time this season. So far, they've won one apiece, and this tiebreaker will determine which of the two will go to the Super Bowl. To see who'll join the Cleveland Browns in the AFC Championship game, join me after this break. Welcome back. So it's the 49ers versus the Rams in the NFC Championship game next Sunday. And in the AFC, it's the Cleveland Browns versus the winner of the match between the Denver Broncos and the surprising team of the playoffs, the Pittsburgh Steelers. So to see who will play the Browns next week, let's now go to Mile High Stadium. Chuck Noll looked on as Gary Anderson opened